Like you probably could not buy mythic gear off the auction house. Hopefully
By the
not.
way, which I'm totally fine with. I am totally fine with stuff being super expensive on the auction house for these stuff that's very difficult to create. The only problem with that is if you sell gold, now it's pay to
Yeah.
win.
That's what I was
the
gonna say. I was
problem.
like, they better crack down on gold buying if that's the case. I like it
Yep.
too. I agree. I think it's very cool if you can just sell anything on the auction house. I think that's
Yeah.
insanely cool because it
I
makes
think
for
you should
just
be able to.
interesting scenarios, right? Like somebody's selling this insanely rare quest item that starts this crazy quest line to get this awesome mount. And this person got the item, they're selling it at the auction house. People are bidding for it like crazy, right? I think that's super special. But as soon as you don't crack down on gold buying, as soon as like gold buyers start slipping through the cracks, that becomes very, very annoying very fast. Very frustrating if people are just able to buy their way to good gear and to cool mounts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They
The
have to be very,
financing
very
model
harsh
needs
on
to
that.
be airtight for this game. Like I do foresee them going free to play because all of their games are free to play, even though I
Yeah,
don't think that's the best model. I think the best
me
model
too.
is like a either a subscription or a box price or something. With free to play up to maybe a certain extent, like you can free to play up to level 30 or something like that, you know? Like free to play up to a point and then you have to buy the game to continue. It could, because at the end of the day, the game needs to be financially viable. It just does. Like that's the way the world works. There needs to be money coming in and to make it you have to pay employees. Like this is the way the world works. This game needs to make money. But
Yeah.
it's such a slippery slope on free to play. Like even I mean World of Warcraft's not even free to play and they're sliding down the slope, you know, like they've got skis at this point. Freaking character boosts, buy
Oh
transmog,
yeah.
buy pets, buy freaking mounts, whatever you want, you can buy. You can buy gold and use
Oh
that
yeah,
to
dude.
buy
What was
anything
it?
in the game.
Traders tenders. Yeah.
Traders tenders now, like that was supposed
They
to be
actually have
like
a premium
in-game.
currency in World of
Yeah,
Warcraft. Yeah.
they made a second currency. That's all they did. Like they had, all right, you can buy gold. Well, now you can buy traders tender too. Now you can buy even more currency in the game. Like what the hell? It's it's such a slippery slope, and I see free to play being even scarier. And those are mistakes that are very tough to come back from. And at the end of the day, the health of the game is going to be so important, and that's the quickest way to destroy it.
I
So
completely agree. That's like I don't think World of Warcraft is ever gonna have like a situation where they somehow break their most loyal players at this point, right? People who
yeah.
survived Shadowlands will survive anything, but
If you survive death, you can survive
yeah.
anything.
If you were in a raid group on at least normal raid difficulty and you killed Zoval, you're playing this game until it dies. That's all I can say. But
Yeah.
the problem is when you introduce stuff like that, when you introduce those currencies and all these new ways to pay Blizzard more money, you're not hurting those people, you're hurting people who think about coming back. Because when they think about coming back and they start looking into World of Warcraft and they see, oh, now you can buy transmogs, now you can buy server hopping, faction
Freaking
hopping, now you
Cataclysm,
can
you can
buy
buy
freaking traders,
the
tenders, what even
character
are these?
boost.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you see that stuff as someone who's considering getting back into the game, that's a huge deterrent. Is like, oh,
Yeah.
I see Blizzard has just become like freaking pay to win central over here. Not even pay to win, but people might assume that when they're seeing stuff like traders tenders in the game. They're seeing all these different ways to pay the money.
100%.
Yeah.
If I
It's a
wanted to
big
play
deterrent for people who are
Cataclysm,
thinking about coming back. Absolutely.
if I was excited, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, Cataclysm was when I started playing. I wanted to play. I want to play Cataclysm. Like that's when I want to go back and play Cataclysm Classic, and that would be my jumping off point, right? Eventually, I'd get into retail. If I log on to BattleNet and I see, oh, okay, you can either just play Cataclysm with your subscription because it's Classic, or you can buy the Cataclysm Plus experience, which comes with a badass mount and a level 70 character boost. It's like, okay, well, I'm not gonna play
Yes,
Cataclysm
something.
because it's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be forced to buy another thing that's like 70 character boost, and so I'm not even gonna get to do the leveling that I wanted, which was all new leveling in Cataclysm because the whole world changed, and that's what I wanted to experience. But now I'm gonna feel stupid because I'm not level 70 with a boost. It's like,
Yeah, there's a lot about it.
I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna go do something else. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you know what? Forget it. Let's see what Square Enix is doing with Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
How's old school RuneScape looking?
Better.
Yeah, it just puts a bad taste in your mouth when you're on the outside looking in. I feel like people
Yeah.
don't notice it when you're actively playing World of Warcraft, but when you're looking at World of Warcraft as someone who is not currently subbed to the game, it pushes me further away from the game. When I see some new form of monetization they're putting in, I'm like, well, I'm glad I'm not playing. Because it's just kind of, I don't know. It's just not in the spirit of an MMO for me.
It's not.
When stuff like transmog and mounts have actual value because they have that community presence. Other people are going to see you riding or wearing something cool. And if you just bought it, then what's so special about it?
Exactly. Transmog, like gear, the look of gear is important. And when you start selling that to players just to buy it, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, it destroys all meaning from like a social sense in the game. Like I feel like there is no actual like social feeling in World of Warcraft of, oh, this person's riding that really cool mount, or that person has the new tier set. That's awesome. It doesn't
Hey.
really feel that way for some reason, and I think a big part of it is the fact that everyone looks cool in World of Warcraft now.
Can you no
looks
longer
freaking
slash
crazy.
spit on players because I think Asmongold started
It was
a thing where you
Asmongold.
slash.
Yeah. I
Uh,
forgot. I at this point I forget who he was even slash spitting on. Oh, people had the
Someone with
mount.
like a
Yeah,
mount, yeah.
it was people with a mount. Yeah. That is what happened.
And that
Oh
started
my
a
god,
trend
that's
where everyone
right.
would start slash spitting on anyone with store mounts, and so World of Warcraft
Yeah,
removed
Blizzard
slash spit from the
removed
game.
it. We were hurting their whales.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So what's your solution?
They patched that out harder than anything they've ever patched out.
So what's your
But
solution? How do you fix this where the game can make money without devaluing and degrading the integrity of the game?
oh, either subscription or box price, preferably not both.
See,
That's my
I think
answer.
something different. I've said it to
Okay.
you before. Do you remember?
Okay. How you? Oh, you said battle pass, right? You said battle pass in the MMO.
I think a battle passes have a bad rep, but I think a battle pass done right is the way to go. You sell the battle pass to players, and it doesn't give you an increased leveling speed. It doesn't give you automatic cosmetics, but you buy the battle pass, and then as you're doing stuff in the game, almost like Trader's Tender without being able to buy Trader's Tender, right? And not really a
Mhm.
currency, it's like the leveling thing. And as you're doing stuff in the game, you unlock certain rewards. And there's a big, like at the end of the day, like a battle pass for Apex Legends, right? There was the gun at the end that was like a crazy cool gun. And if you reach level 100 or whatever and you bought the battle pass, you'll get this thing. And I'm just like, if I see someone with that gun, I'm not like, oh wow, that's pay to win. I'm like, no, like he freaking leveled up 100 times to get that thing. That's badass. You know?
Yeah.
And that's like it makes
I
it where it's
completely
like it's
agree.
okay. Yeah, I think a battle
For
pass is the way to go. I really do.
yeah, for me, I don't usually buy battle pass because of like oh like I want this specific thing. It's usually partly because of that, like because I want the specific thing from the battle pass, but also it's because I'm enjoying the game right now, and I'm playing
Yeah.
it a lot. So
You
might as well
get
buy the
stuff while
battle
you're
pass if
playing.
I'm playing this game all the time, right?
Yes.
Like I'm already getting all these levels in the battle pass. Like yeah, I'm enjoying the game. Why not? So I
And it
agree because
shows you it's
battle
like,
pass
hey,
still
you bought the battle
encourages.
pass. You have all these levels. You'll get all these levels that you would have gotten had you bought it earlier. You know?
Yeah,
That's good.
I like that because that's usually like, at least in my case, that's the number one most enticing thing about battle pass. I won't buy it unless I'm already playing the game a lot. So
Yeah.
it still encourages good game design practice. That we have to
See?
be playing the game. We have to be playing the game a lot. We have to be enjoying it for us to want to buy the battle pass. So they have to make the game the good amount of content and make it enjoyable content. So
This is the
I
way.
do agree, honestly. I think it's definitely one route they can go.
Yeah. I
But
think
I still
subscription
think between
model
those three,
and
I'd be happy.
yeah,
Like
I would be
one of
happy with
those
any of
three.
them, but I do feel like subscription model and box price pushes out a lot of players. Free to
Both
play
of them
in an
together
MMO would be
absolutely
good.
does. I think
Yeah.
subscription is still a deterrent for a lot of people, even if you only do subscription. I think that's a big
Yeah,
thing that deters a lot of people from Final Fantasy 14 and from World of Warcraft.
it does.
But yeah, I mean, like Guild Wars 2 gets by fine as far as I know with just box price. They only
Yeah.
all you have to do is pay for the expansions for Guild Wars 2. You don't have to pay for anything else. But they also have a premium shop, so they probably make a good amount of money off of that too.
I'm sure they do. I bet they probably make freaking more than they do on the box price.
Yeah, probably more than off the box price. Yeah, you're probably right.